Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number one between Maximum Thrust and Phoenix Rising Jade. As you can see, these two teams actually won their initial match in week number one. We are we are going into week number two where they'll face off, and only one of them can win this match because that's the way matches work. You can't have both teams win. It's just logic. It's just facts. So we should have a pretty good game. Obviously, Maximum Thrust did actually drop a game, whereas Phoenix Rising went 2-0, but that doesn't really necessarily mean anything just yet. Looking at our map selection, we did go in and have Phoenix Rising Jade win the coin flip and chose map pick. They are going to be taking us to Phoenix Rising. No, they're going to be taking us to Infernal Shrines. They did also ban out Sky Temple and Towers of Doom. Maximum Thrust banned out Battlefield of Eternity and Tomb of the Spider Queen. So we should be getting to the map in just a second. I do like Infernal Shrines. It's a kind of an interesting map, a lot of just variation. You need a decent amount of AoE damage, but then also a lot of just like fight the other teamness. I have definitely seen this map kind of turn around on teams whenever they didn't quite have enough clear, and so they actually drove their opponents off. Their opponents all went back, moonwelled, and just came right back because they just couldn't kill off the skeletal minions in a reasonable amount of time. So hopefully we can avoid that happening. That would be fantabulous. So it looks like both teams okay, no, now both teams are ready. I got confused because one of the teams said they were ready twice, and I just saw two R's, and I was just like, okay, we're going, and they were like, wait, that's actually one team just saying it twice. That's not both teams being ready. Never mind, never mind. But we are here for Infernal Shrines. We are going into the game. Just wanna play video games. I'm in a good mood. I don't know if you can tell, but you know what? You should be able to tell because I'm being pretty dang transparent about it. Any more transparent, you can see the game behind me. We've already got a PRG fan in the lobby. I should probably go ahead and get ready for a prediction then. Be a good thing to do. So we do have. Alright, ban out on Gaslow, and then of course the Zagzagoom, because that's the problem with not having first pick. You basically are forced to use a ban on Zagara. Sort of on Vala, although not really. Vala isn't that overtuned. You can counter Vala, but Zagara is just sort of like, I'm super overtuned, but if you ignore me, I win the game by myself in like 5 minutes. Okay, that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but very, very good hero. We do have the Zool Bandit, which is interesting. Like, Zool does a lot of very good area damage, but I would actually consider Zool a inferior pick to Sonya on this map, or Hogger. So it's interesting that they're choosing to ban the Zool out. They definitely are focusing on the offlaner with both a ban onto the Gaslow and the Zool. We'll have to see where that goes. Second ban could be on the side of Phoenix Rising Jade. And they already take out the Taronda. They don't want any D's hitting their pit team members and making them take even more damage. And very, very high priority. Okay, we're going to first pick the Dahaka. We're going to take out two of your better offlaners. So the Dahaka just gets to run over you in theory. We'll see if that actually works out. Acuity, taking the Dahaka. Bashing is actually going to go ahead and pick up the Lucio, one of the least bashy heroes in the game.
Victory for the Forsaken.
What Dagny's going to come in here on Miss Sylvanas? Miss, I don't need a Punisher to like take out your building. Victory for the Forsaken. Second and third pick. They are going to take the presumably main tank Blaze. That could also be an offlaner, but I don't imagine that Dahaka is going to be in the 4-man. It's possible, but I'd be surprised. And they do take some damage, although not a lot of AoE. I mean, Blaze has some, but Cassia definitely does not have a lot. So we'll have to see about that. Put in the Cassia, put in the Blaze. I do sing a lot. I apologize. I know I'm not the best at it, but you know what? I also don't give a flying crap about that. So we still need a tank and a healer on the side of Phoenix Rising. We also do need no, we have the healer, we have Lucio, derp. We need a tank and the offlaner, is what I meant to say. Hello, Spectrum. I'm going to do my best to give you the absolute best cast I can. I thought I should be. I will do my best. That's the superhero pose, I think. Hello, Brockus. I don't know what it is. For some reason, you always catch me when I'm casting and never when I'm playing, and I can actually interact with you more. But we do have Lompico coming in on the Anubarak. We do have. Oh my. Just to say, I hate this person's name. Sonya is going on. I think it's Eclectic. Eclectic.
I shall do what
I shouldn't say this. I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but it almost is like epileptic, but it's not. And I need to stop talking and start like typing. Let's do this take the taskbar. Taskbar definitely helps them with their AoE, and then we do have the Mephisto. Mephisto's interesting picking the Blaze. Blaze can kind of do a lot of damage with the Mephisto with a well-timed charge into Mephisto's position when he teleports back. Not sure how well that will work out, but you know what? We're going to find out. Let me go ahead and start this here prediction, and I'll see you guys in the game. All right, here we go into the game itself. Coming in on the left-hand side of the arena, representing Maximum Thrust, we have the Monarchy of Madness, the Tyrants of Terror. I probably should have thought of that ahead of time, but I never do. I always assume I'm just going to be like ingenious. We do go ahead and have anyone playing the Blaze, W Star on the Tassadar, Diet Lamba coming in on that Cassia, Vacuity is on the Dahaka, and User Error is on Alexstrasza. On the other side of the battlefield, we do have Eclectic is playing the Sonya, Lompico on that there Anubarak, Dagny on the Sylvanas, this wind-up bird is playing Mephisto, and bashing on the Lucio. Wind-up bird already teleporting forward, doing a little bit of damage and getting back with a lot of their health point. Vacuity does go ahead and step back. There is a nice healing circle comes down, but Nubrock says, you know what, I can go ahead and hit your whole team with this right now, and a lot of damage to User Arrow is going to be the first blood. Bloodlust if I were Bankai last season. I'm always going to say that, but a lot of damage going in, very, very low health bars, but Tessar also goes down. Blaze tries to blast through, but ends up not quite donating his health, but a lot of damage. A very, very, very early advantage for Phoenix Rising. I love that prediction is still up, and anyone watching this be like, I know who I'm betting my money on. Oh, and it looks like Boomer just followed us. Thank you very much for the follow, Boomer. I'm surprised you could do that on your toaster. Epileptic and Vacuity are up in top lane. Very, very, very close fight. I do think Sonya is going to lose this one, and we do go ahead and have a counter kill coming out on the side of Maximum Thrust. Meanwhile, the mercenary camps are being picked up. The Khazra camp is being fought by Dagny. It does look like Bashing and Anubrock are going to fight these. But the other four do move to the other side. Break along through to the other side. Uncle skulking around, wants to make sure no one does a rotation. Let's verify that is picked up. Let's look at the other side, the other Khazra camp. So these two camps are going to like thrust against each other maximally. Dagny down here. They are making a move on this bottom camp. I think Sylvanas is aware of this happening, and we do have a rotation in coming from the other team. Will they be able to do anything? There is a Tassadar wall trying to keep everything out. Anyone moves out, but there is Lompico going ahead and burrowing into the entire team. There is a massive 3-person stun coming from the bug, and Dagny is just like, I don't care. I'm the front line now. Deal with it. They do go ahead and get the Khazra. The Spear Boys are coming out and chucking spears into the enemy team. But no one actually went down in that engagement. They just went ahead and stole that away. Meanwhile, we do have some Khazra Boys in the middle. The Vacuity does come in, but it looks like the rest of the team is up here saying, hey, this is our mid lane. Get out of here. Go back to the solo lane. That's where you belong. Oh, Bashing did not quite have the boot back. That's unfortunate. So Vacuity does actually get out of there just fine. Middle Shrine is coming online. That is going to be a Frozen Shrine. Frozen, the best Punisher to start with, but ironically also the most disappointing one to start with because it's the one that helps you push the most, but it has no health. So, like, the amount you can do with it is very, very low because we're so early in the game. And you're not going to get Frozen back for a good long while. But we do go and have both teams moving here into the middle of the map. Going to start moving into the skeleton minions. If you look down at the lower right hand of the screen, you will see the race to 40 is on, and right now the blue team is winning it. Alright. Pictic does move into the other team and then says, oh wait, I'm walled off. None of my team can get here. I need to get it back. Here's the full 5-man team coming in. Dahaga comes in from below. Nice swarm, hitting a lot of the enemy team. This Winebird has to fall back down to about 150 health, but is going to teleport back. But they actually weren't ready for it. But Winebird survives. It is actually Blaze that goes down. Dagny is almost dead, but Alexstrasza also goes down. It is a 2-for-1 in favor of Phoenix Rising Jade. They are still moving in. Tastar goes ahead and gets a nice wall onto Lompico. The statistic is also very, very, very low. This Vacuity is in the middle of their backline. Just go ahead and take out the Sonya. Looking for a tongue. Going to lick all over the other enemy team. And it does look like we go ahead and have maximum thrust. Moving in on this point, trying to finish it off. They've only got about 10 skeletal minions left to kill. Five to go, and we do have Lopko coming back into the fight. Everyone is back up except for the Sonya. There goes a burrow in from Lopko. That puts him a little bit out of position. There is a collapse going on, but it looks like the bug will get out. Bashing is going back and forth. Anyone misses the charge? Here comes Dagny just rising on through. A lot of damage onto the Queen of the Forsaken. Does have about 200 health and will survive that. Lompico maybe not be so lucky. This gets stunned by the Blaze and just a lot of damage falling. We're up to 4 to 5, almost even. Meanwhile, the Punisher is just being forgotten in the middle of the map, pushing in on this location. They are going to go ahead and actually take out the outer wall, but they are up here now. They're fighting up here. Did you go ahead and have a kill onto Mephisto? Making it even in kills. That early advantage PRJ had is completely gone. And in some ways, you could argue actually they lost the advantage because their kills were when hero kills were worth less. So actually, the first Punisher phase, the phase you expect to get a front wall if you're lucky, ended up with 2 forts going down. That is 7 kinds of nuts on a biscuit. Don't ask for my cookie, please. Here we have everyone else moving in. They say, you know what? These costume camps are for us. We like Spear Boys. I would say, why aren't there any Spear Girls? But you know what? Cassia is in this game, so... In fact, she's right there. Check out the Spear Girl! It's actually funny, every time I make that joke, Cassie just is luckily enough in the game. Okay, Lompico just going to get wall out of the, wall, but doesn't have the burrow charge. You can't build walls underground, that's not how it works. Something, US southern border. So everyone is falling back. We have a little bit of a collective breath as everyone says, okay, we had a big fight. We are up to level 10s on both sides now. We have Cleansing Flame coming out of the Alexstrasza. Interesting, not the one I usually see. There is the... I can't talk right now. We do have a leap in. We've got the bouncing of the ball lightning going through. Man, freaking Testar's right in the middle of a lot of pain. Does get a lot of damage out. Lompico does go down. There is a single counter kill. Epicus is trying to stay up. Is very low, down to about 200 health. Vacuity really wants this kill, but it does not have any nearby smoke to go faster. Did they actually go ahead and take that? Nope, they do have Enduring Swarm, so they cannot chase. Go ahead and have Unyielding Power up to 33 stacks so far. The Circle of Life is at 13 out of 15. And Insect Charge at 90 out of 200. Which is one of the weirdest quests in the game. It says 90 out of 200, but really what it means is 9 out of 20. Because every time you hit someone with the lightning, you get 10 charges. I don't know why they did it that way. We're gonna have the Arcane Shrine. Starting up in the middle of the map, pushing the bottom lane. Bottom lane is the one still even lane because both forts are up. Go ahead and zoom out so you can see them. Oh, even then you still can't. And we do go ahead and have Phoenix Rising Jade occupying the points initially, starting the race to 40. Anyone is nearby, but the rest of the team is not quite here. Dahaka is not anywhere close by, but of course Dahaka does have the ability to burrow in, so that's not going to keep him away for very long. Alright, Mind Control does come out, putting Testar very, very far forward. Testar is the new tank, and Testar is not very good at being a tank. I was going to say probably should move back, but it's not. We do have a counter kill onto Sylvanas, however. We do have the Dragon is airborne, just dropping healing death all over the place. If it hits an ally, it heals them. If it hits a non-ally, it does not heal them. That's how that works. And that is going to actually cause a retreat coming from the side of Phoenix Rising Jade. We are up to 10 left. Miss Windup Bird is in there trying to even this out. Very, very even fight going on right now. Dahaka is going ahead and just hitting the whole world with the Swarm. Lompico having a lot of problems. Does go in and get taken out by Cassia. Stabby, stabby, stabby into bugs. Ends up with dead bugs. Actually, I do have to... If you ever do have bugs around, don't use a spear. It's not very good for you. So, yet another Punisher coming out on the side of Maximum Thrust. Also, could we just imagine this Alstrasa skin for a second? I love this skin. Arcane Punisher's moving forward, still very, very healthy because no one's opposed except for minions. Nice double leap in. John Cena landing and just, oh my gosh, Dagny's just like half killed by the Protector by itself. It's actually the Punisher, not the Protector. Different P word of an objective you get on a map. My bad. Another double stun. They need to recruit this Protector. I mean, if they look, I know they're missing bashing. If they need like a permanent sub, get this Protector on their team. However, there is a nice leap in. This fight is turning right as I'm in the middle of like accompanying the Protector. There is the push in from anyone. Oh my goodness! Actually, we do have a kill. The blasts are landing on Lipica. Does not quite get down to 100, but then Alstrasa does have to land. So we do have all 3 forts down on the side of Phoenix Rising Jade. A lot of experience just up here sitting in lane. Meanwhile, Diet Llama is going to be over here taking out this camp. We do have all of the initial quests finished except for Static Charge. Oh, it's actually 5, not 10. So it wasn't 9 out of 20, it was 9 out of 40. That. Oh, nice leap out. I'm actually surprised Lipa survived that. Great little bush gank going on there. Camp is going to push the top lane while they move into the bottom. Next Punisher will be up top. It will be a Mortar Punisher. Anyone just keeps missing these charges? I don't know if I'm just unlucky. I keep seeing the ones that don't hit, but I feel bad. And to illustrate the fact that I feel bad, I'm going to call specific attention to it. To go ahead and have Jade move up to the northern area in order to take this out. All right. Nice move out. They're going went for a bush gang here, but their opponents actually went up this way, completely bypassing that. That does actually yield them the defensive position. Anyone coming in looking for a move in. Anyone misses another charge? I feel so bad. There's a nice mind control. Cutie does go ahead and get killed. We do also go ahead and have a break of the cocoon very quickly. Lompico does get hurt pretty far. The sound barrier comes out to give a lot of people temporary shields. A lot of damage. Anyone getting very, very, very low, but is going to be able to back off. Vacuity, not so much. The Haka does go down. The Heka gets dehecked. Lompico takes a huge amount of damage, doesn't get caught by the Testar wall, but will be able to escape. User arrow takes it to the sky, but we do have Blaze being taken out as well. So it looks like Phoenix Rising Jade is going to occupy the point for at least the next 30 seconds or so. They have a very, very hard time moving in on this. What? Blue team destroyed a fort like 30 minutes ago? I don't understand, announcer. What? Oh, they mean a keep? I got it now. I was so confused. I was like, the forts have been dead forever? Okay, I extra love that move where, I mean, a lot of things will do it, but it just looks freaking awesome. Mortar pressure is out. Now this is the one that does the most structure damage. The structures cannot avoid the mortar shots for some reason. Seems like an error somewhere.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
And the mortar punisher does go ahead and waltz on through. There's a jump over going ahead and hitting anyone. A lot of fire doing a land. Another massive jump in actually catches Vacuity. There's the leap landing on the Blaze. Interesting that they're making Blaze the kill target. And they're, I hate to say it, but they're not really, it's like they use a leap, they use a mind control, but then nobody actually did damage to Blaze. They do kill the Keep, however. Keep does go down, so the top lane is going to be pushing hard against this core. And the Haka goes down as well. Man, I definitely felt like Maximum Thrust had the advantage, but they're going for end here. However, Sylvanas does go down, and it does look like Sonya's going to go down as well. This may have been a bit preemptive. There is the jump in. Once again, Punisher comes in being the awesome man on the team. I like the push. I like the push a lot, but they definitely pushed a little bit too hard. Like, going through the core there was very, very greedy. Alright, everyone moving around. It does look like anyone and user error going to go ahead and get this spear camp in the middle. So it looks like no Lompico is in the area, but no real attempt to move up. I'm not even sure. I think he knows about it. He definitely knows about it now. Level 20 is obtained for Maximum Thrust, not for Phoenix Rising. So they need to stay back and not fight just yet. They're nearly 20. If you go ahead and have on Ruby Wings, Collins gift for notice, Apex Predator and Infinite Lightning being picked up on the side of Maximum Thrust. And now Bossa Nova, Ignore Pain, Dark Lady's Call, Unspeakable Horror, and Rewind. So it does look like National Thrust are threatening to move in at the end of the map here. They really honestly just want to keep their opponents, but there is a great leap into mind control. Dahaka does not get to move until he gets moved all the way back to the core, courtesy of his opponents. There is a kill onto Cassia, and it does look like a lot of damage coming on Testar. Testar is in the bunker, but not going to be able to go anywhere. A lot of damage coming out of it. Does get a decent amount of damage done. That is a 3-for-0 in favor of Phoenix Rising Jade. And they're already moving over towards the lane they already opened to win.
team's core is under attack.
So here they come. They do have like 30 seconds before most of their opponents are back. Bosa Nova used incredibly early, though. I'm not sure I agree with that. There goes that. A nice root by Mephisto. Can we just talk about how cool that was? All right, there's a kill onto Blaze. The core is down to 10%. It does look like Phoenix Rising and Jade are going to have the comeback win. Definitely did not look like this was a game they're going to win after about the 5-minute mark, but they pulled it back. They had a great team fight, had a great push, and just, well, you can see on the screen the core isn't there anymore, and you kind of need a core to be in the game. Don't know if you knew that. We'll put that on the board. We'll go ahead and pay you mongrels out. All right, and looking at this, looking at the healing numbers, we do have Bashing leading the way in terms of healing and shielding with 92,000 compared to Alex Strasse's 70,000. That said, Alex Strasse is a very you can have big numbers out of her, but this was a bit of an explosive fight, and Alex Strasse is not good at burst healing. Looking at hero damage, we do have Miss Winterbird leading the way on Mephisto, followed up by Tassar and Cassia with 61,000 each. And there's that ever important soak. We do have Vacuity leading the race, 16,000 compared to Sylvanas' 14,000, and Eplectic, coming in with 12,000. Looking over the talent, here are your talent builds. Love them, hate them, criticize them, adore them. Whatever you want to do. Regardless, though, I will go ahead and see you in the next game. Look forward to it. You better believe I am. Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to game number 2. We are here on Velskaya Industries in the beautiful. I almost said the beautiful kingdom of Russia, like we're in some Arthurian legend. But we do go ahead. We are here. First pick was selected by Maximum Thrust after losing game 1, and they are once again leading without their Gazlowe band. Do not want to deal with the Mecha Lord. They say your bombs are scary, and your bigger bombs are even more scary. So, get out of here. Get out of here. Zagzagoon banned out by Jade. The Jadesters. Those those Jadesters. Alright. Once again, a second ban on Zool. Not actually changing up their ban style. Which to be fair, I actually don't disagree with. In game number 1, it did feel like Maximum Thrust, after a bit of a rocky start, did have kind of control of the game right up until the end. So to a certain degree, they might be like, you know what? We took a bad fight towards the end, but we just played the same game and beat them. We don't have to do anything like massive divergent for what we were doing. What we were doing was actually working. So I don't disagree with that strategy. We do have the Tyrande banned out this time. I think that also may be the same, but that's definitely different. Diet Llama is taking Sylvanas. Says, I'm tired of you shutting down our buildings. That's not fair. So going from Cassia over to Miss Sylvie. On the other side, you cannot take Sylvanas, so Dagny's going to have to take something else. Alright, Dagny does go ahead and go for the Vala. Say, you know what? Taking the character I want will also hit you with the meta. I stand ready. I'm applying to be Vala's backup voice actor. Lucio is going to be back for Bashing. I actually retyped it in even though it didn't change because I'm a freaking pro. Li Ming going to go into it instead of the Tassadar. Makes sense. Li Ming is less effective on Infernal Shrines because the minions can get in the way of your shots, but that is not a problem of Volskaya. And then we do have anyone who owns the Noob Barak, leaving Blaze behind, but also not letting Mamba go have a noob. Saying, I want to be able to take someone out of the fight for a while. I really actually wish they had voice lines whenever someone was banned. So Kara's thing would be like, this was not the way. Or whatever. I can't actually do a Kara's impression that well. Definitely agree with that. Miss Winebird was leading the damage charts on Mephisto. Keep that away from her. Keep that away from her. So the real question is, will we see Eclectic go ahead and take Sonya again? Because that's the only member of Jade that isn't forced to change at this point. Lombago actually going on to Uther? Amazing Uther? That's not something I've seen in the meta for a while. It used to be very, very prominent, but not so much anymore. And of course, the Orphea. Orphea is my favorite hero, except for Mirahan.
For the alliance above all.
We go from Alex to Andy. That sounds like it should be a sitcom, doesn't it? Alex and Andy. And then Vacuity just staying right there on the Haka. No reason to change from him. And I agree, actually, the Haka was making some great plays, so definitely that was not the issue. And frankly, as I said before, they were kind of winning most of that map, so. Like, who's your offlet? Nope, gonna go with Diva into Dahaka. Apparently thinking Dahaka does not do enough damage, so Diva can just blow her mech every time. With that said, we're gonna go ahead and go into the game right now. have to talk to you once in the game. I'm going to disappear from your screen. I hope everyone has had a lovely time looking at my beautiful face. But look twice, 'cause it's gone. 1 second. Just wanted to start that up. And with that said, coming in on the blue side of the map, we do have Maximum Thrust, represented by anyone playing that Anubarak. We do have W Star on the Li Ming, Diet Llama playing the Sylvanas, Vacuity once again on the Dahaka, and User Era playing that there Anduin. On the other side of the map, Phoenix Rising Jade, the Jubilation of Chamber. Jay is a weird one. We do have Ecliptic on the Diva, Lompico on the Uther, Dagny playing that Vala, this Wind Up Bird is on the Orphea, and Bashing playing that there Lucio. Alright. Looking at talent level 1, the only questing talent that was actually picked up is Uther's Silver Touch. Oh, nice 3-man stun from anyone. Fantastic. It looks like taking a lot of damage. Does have to back out. It's about a third of the way to their charge, but definitely needs to get out of there now. Hello, Mazzino. So nice to see. Oh, anyone? You just used your charge and the entire enemy team is here? If Blanco can get this stun, we may go ahead and have a dead bug, and we do indeed. We do have first blood going to the side of Phoenix Rising Jade as the engaged burrow charge left absolutely no route of escape for the Anubarak. Down below we do have Dahaka fighting into the Diva. Diva did go ahead and take full metal, so we'll be slowly healing out of the damage to do to minions. It does jut away in order to come over here and take out this turret camp. Turret camp being prioritized by both sides at about the same time. Love to see it. Alright, both turrets are picked up. Vicuri's taking a little bit of damage from this Dahaka, but we do actually have, as they go away, Uther does get taken down, and it's just like this lovely ghost Uther. I'm still alive! I'm still alive! Never mind. That's what Uther sounds like if you didn't know. I do believe, yes, anyone was tanking last game. Because, yeah, we did have... Ecliptic was playing Sonya last game, so... I don't know why, but it does seem to be consistent for this entire match.
We've redesigned our trigger protectors for combat in the Nexus. Prepare.
It does look like we've got Diva coming down here saying, yeah, do some damage to me. I need to take some shots. I need to do some damage. I want to have a explosion prep for this objective. And does indeed have that. Meanwhile, we've got the paper airplane camp being picked up on both sides. One of them is already moving out into the lane.
Trigger terminal online. Take control of it to promise.
We do have an interesting fight happening here in the top lane. Looks like they're going in and prepping for the second protector. Do take out one of the towers. I got it up to about 18% in terms of the percentage on the control point for the side of maximum thrust. Before they fall back, their opponents are now occupying it. They have moved up to the top lane. Are they going to go and try and push it even harder? That seems to be the plan. There are a lot of them up here. Meanwhile, Dahaka is down bottom soaking. And a lot of experience is being lost by the fact that so many of them are just hanging out here in the middle lane. They do send D.Va down in order to try and both heal and get some of this experience back because they are now down a level. You know, here's a big engagement. Anyone goes ahead and gets hit. Pull out from Anduin. The pull-out game is strong. Would you go ahead and have one of the turrets being dropped up here? That's about 60%. Ruby is standing on the point. Meanwhile, we do have the turrets being picked up on the side of maximum thrust. Alright, there goes ahead the D.Va bomb comes out. No actual... Everyone just kind of backed off. I don't really feel like that got the value they were looking for. Not to say it was a bad play, it just did not work out. Can't always guarantee what's going to work out, but we do have D.Va back inside the mech. Let's go ahead and get licked by Dahaka. That is a strong tongue to be able to move that thing. And the D.Va mech goes down. Lehman goes ahead and catches D.Va with a full combo and a full kill. Goes to the side of maximum thrust. So we're up to 60 all in terms of the protector percentage. Healing beacon being held by user arrow. That's the only item I actually see in the game. But there's a nice tongue coming in and a lot of damage. Oh my, no, never mind. Sylvanas does go ahead and poisons the healer. And the poison outpaces the healer. So we are at overtime and we do have the protector being picked up for the side of maximum thrust. Love to see it. Great explosive amounts of damage. And Protector is going to top lane right now.
Blue team has taken control.
They already prepped it. They already got both towers down. We're just going to go ahead and waltz right into here. Protector has no chill. Nice, nice, nice. Big metal hands. Sylvanas moves in and actually disables the tower. A lot of damage being done to this Protector, though. Everyone is up here, and they actually don't commit... Actually, I guess they do, because there are two people in the Protector. Never mind, I can count. Alright, there is a kill. Oh, nice double kill. All the healing gone on the side of Jade just in a second. I actually need to see what happened there. I even missed it. Does look like they got a light bomb and they're going to go ahead and take out the Bala as well. So first fort of the game does go down against the might of maximum thrust. Let's take a look at that initiation one more time. So the Protector goes in. Protector moving in, getting a lot of stuff done. Does bounce forward. Anubrat goes in. Let's go ahead and get stunned out. Gets pulled back. Mind control happens, and that's what pulls the Uther forward. And then, yep. It actually looks like the attack on Uther went through and instead hit the Lucio behind it. Good lord! They're doing such a good job when it comes to, like, hitting the healers out, right out from underneath Phoenix Rising Jade. Oh, so that's not Sylvanas. Vala goes ahead and says, "You tried to kill me, now you die?" My name is Vala. You killed my previous iteration, and now you will die? It's not quite as catchy as Indigo Montoya, but you know what? It's close. 8 kills to 2 in favor of Maximum Thrust. They are definitely has a very, very dominant position in this game, but you know what? They had a pretty dominant position in the previous game too, so that may not mean too much. And top turret or top protector position will be coming up relatively shortly. But here's the thing: typically you use the protector. Never mind. I was gonna say you protector in order to try and push down the bottom 4, but they're trying to do that already. This is a full rotation in from Phoenix Rising. The Haka has not burrowed yet. We do have a kill onto the Uther. And yeah, other than that, a full retreat from the 4-man of Maximum Thrust. It's now 4-on-4. Nice, nice. Oh my goodness. That must have been a cleanse or something because they came out very, very quickly. But once again, they go ahead and take out the Lucio. They're so good at picking off that poor Lucio. And Lucio's a very mobile hero, so that's extra impressive.
Control the terminal and bring the protector. Blue team has destroyed the fort.
So only mid fort is still alive. And keep in mind, you don't have to get rid of all the forts. You only have to open up one lane. Like we're going to go ahead and get some pressure along the top lane. Although granted, that is the lane everyone's going to, because that's where the fight will be. Alright. Maximum Thrust is moving in. I'm going to go ahead and occupy this position. They do have the heal camp respawning right now. Here comes the enemy team. If it's coming in from the side lane. Looking for an engage. It does look like there's a momentary retreat. Where are they going? It also they're going for a pick off on vicinity, but it's already guys, I do not think you have time to pick up a turret. I think they're just giving up his protector because it's already up to 80%. Like, there's no way they can get back in time. Very, very much not sure that I agree with this play. I mean, I get it. Your opponents have 16. You don't want to fight them. But you have to? Like, protector's going on your keep wall right now? Are you just going to ignore it forever?
Blue team has taken control of a protector. Hero slain.
Did you have Vala that did take out the Dahaka? I'm not sure where that happened. Here's everyone else. They have 16s, but now they're down to Dahaka. So this is still not a good... However, they get right on top of that Sylvanas. Sylvanas has a hard time. Does get pulled out. Gets pulled out right to the enemy team. Sylvanas does go down. Gets run over by D.Va, quite literally. The mech just goes ahead and plasters her head into the wall. Light protect you. Oh, they even drop the healing bacon?
Now, we'll make adjustments accordingly.
Alright, they are moving into the bottom lane right now. They say this is the win condition lane. This will also be the lane the next protector spawns in. So we're going to go ahead and push in right here. Do what damage we can. Dahaka and anyone are nearby. They're not in time to even attempt to save this fort. Fort goes down before they even so much as look at it the wrong way. They're still down there Anduin. Sonya was not banned, no. Bans, I believe, were Mephisto, Gaslow, and I don't remember the last one, but I don't believe it was Sonya. I think it was Mephisto, Gaslow, and Zul. Not in that order. at least on the side of maximum thrust. I assume you're asking Sonya for... Actually, I don't know why I'm assuming you're asking Sonya. I don't remember the answer to the other side, though.
Blue team has destroyed the point.
Nice stun coming out. Velocity is right in the middle of a lot of enemies. Let's go ahead and stasis underneath in order to avoid that. Here comes the hit on anyone. Oh, nice zoning explosion. Does manage to not hit anyone, but does also make sure they can't go the way they wanted to. Once again, they're re-engaged. There is a stun onto the D.Va. D.Va is pulled out of there by the Anduin. We're going to have them pulling back. Maximum Thrust has achieved their level 20s at this point. They're taking Inner Fire. I don't know what else. Alright, oh, Trader King, interesting. Not Rewind. Dark Lady's Call, Repulsion, and Estes Claws.
A protector is almost ready. Access its terminal when I bring it online.
So Trader King, I'm not 10% maximum health and 20 spell armor. Just right now, it does look like PRJ are just trying to get level 20 before they can really engage. They are right there on the cusp. That with a lot. They'll get passively in like 2 seconds. But that might be too late, as just a lot of damage goes down onto... And even if Uther takes Redemption, he will not come back. That's tragic. That's definitely not what you want to see. No, ends up taking Divine Hurricane anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Nice tongue in order to stop those macro missiles. I wonder if macro machines does more damage with macro missiles, or is there like a counter synergy? So user Eric will go ahead and stand on this point, try and get them a game-winning protector. Meanwhile, the team getting a little bit spread out, so just be careful. There are only 3 members of the enemy team here, but I'm not sure they know that. We're up to 56% in terms of the protector. Pictic does not yet have the blow up, although will get it before the mech dies. So if they take a lot of damage, they can pop it, assuming they're not stunned. Up to 81%. Alright, we do go ahead and have them on the point. They have the blow up. Are they going to launch it? They do. Go ahead and launch that or try and move everyone off. A lot of damage coming through, but most of it actually hitting PRJ. The protector is down. Acuity trying to get these kills. There is a kill onto Lucio initially. There is a stun happening on Miss Weinberg. Miss Weinberg tries to go in and hit that, but does not. There's a double stun coming in onto Uther. Uther goes down. This very well may be the end of the game. Dacne and Picnic to go ahead and survive, but the Protector is en route and they're down 3 people. Yep, I agree. They just walk right past. Sylvanas goes and turns it off, so they stop doing free damage, but we care about the core. We want to take this and move us to game number 3, and you know what? I am not mad about it. You have Vala being taken out. Nice little blow up. Does look like we've got D.Va in a little bit of trouble, but another bomb comes out. The only shame is that bomb is out of range, 2 damage to the core, but you know what? It may not matter. Actually, D.Va's on the other team anyway. Never mind. And there the core goes down. Maximum Thrust does win game number 2, and we are bound for a game number 3. Fantastic. Look forward to it. It's awesome. Looking at stats real quick, we do have, oh my goodness, basically a dead tie in terms of the healing numbers. 45,926 to 45,871. That is a difference of 55. 55 healing. In terms of damage, not nearly the same. Even offload, W Star coming out hard. We do have a 76,000 damage over the course of the game. Next closest was Sylvanas with 47,000, and then Vala's or Dagny's Vala coming out with 37,000. Lastly, in terms of the soak, very, very even. 22,000 from Dahaka, 21,000 from Diva. Well done, well done, well done, all. Let me go ahead and pay out these points because I actually did see bets on both sides. And those of you, the majority of you that bet on Maximum Thrust, you are indeed vindicated. Go ahead and take those points, take your profits, stuff them in your pockets. Looking over the talents, copy them down, love them, hate them, criticize them, condemn them. But you know what? Above all, have fun with them. Hello, everyone. Welcome to game number 3 on Alterac Pass. As you may have just heard from the announcer, because the announcer speaks wonderfully. Also, thank you very much for the host. Freaking 13 minutes ago, I was right in the middle of a lot of words coming out of my mouth. I was not paying attention to that at all, but I do appreciate it, Frosty. Frosty Castman. We do go ahead. We are moving into this. This map was chosen by Maximum Thrust. Phoenix Rising did choose first pick after they lost the previous match. So gonna have to see what they ban out. This is Alterac Pass, as we've already said. A little bit more durable of a map. You don't need camp clear as much. The camp is very important, but there's only one of them. So you don't necessarily have to have one person jumping from camp to camp to camp. But we have first ban on the Dehaka. So we are Dehaka does a lot of stuff, and none of it is good. Keep your tongue away from us. Zaxagoob also gets banned out of this. Basically, what I'm seeing is that these teams just hate the Zerg. They have a big issue with Zerg in general. So clearly here we're going to see a Stukov ban. Aww, I did get it right. I was a healer. Like that's close. That's kind of what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. So it's interesting, actually. I do, and we still have the Gazlowe ban. I tell you, Maximum Thrust just hates Gazlowe. They're too bunchy of a team, and they're like gravel bombs. Just eat our lunch. Let's just never ever let the Gazlowe into the game. Can we do that? And apparently they can do that. Like they are very comfortable using a second ban for that. And the battle of Sylvanas continues. Dagny takes the hero back. Says no, I like having it. And the real question is, are we going to see mind control taken a third time, with a third time having chat criticize the pick?
For the frozen throne.
A Nubrak comes out. A Nubrak is actually, look at his face, look how angry he is, because they banned his girlfriend. He's very upset. Anyone is staying on the Nubrak? Third game in a row. No, second game in a row. Game 1, the Nubrak was on the other side. But then W Star is also staying on the Li Ming, saying, you know what? Why break what's already fixed?
For the alliance above all.
Lompico is going to move from Uther over to a little bit more traditional of a tank, the Captain Blade. And we do have Bashing going ahead and hopping on that Anduin, taking it away from user error. All right, they still do not want Miss Wineper to have Mephisto. They still have terrible remembrances of game number 1. I love how I could not think of the rest of that sentence. I just kept repeating terror like I have some sort of weird stutter. But a stutter of the mind, not a stutter of the mouth. There's a difference. Second ban, we still need a. I was gonna say we still need a healer on the side of Maximum Thrust, so we get rid of the Alex Straza. I think my very first hero was Tyrande. Way back in Alpha. So we do have the Brightwing and Imperious. Interesting. Imperious is the character we don't see a whole lot. I wonder if they're going to try and alpha with Imperious. I mean, he actually is better at double soaking now. I'm not going to say he's good, but he can at least do it. And then we also do have the Brightwing. We should talk about that. Brightwing, she exists. Winterbird's going to go on Fireboy, and then Eclectic is going to go ahead and get back on Sonya. Heard you guys criticizing the fact that they weren't on it last time.
It's about time.
And Taiki. So we finally have Acuity leaving the Dehaka and going to Taiki. That's interesting. Looking at the two teams, Tychus is going to be mean for Blaze. Sonya can get on top of Tychus, and Sylvanas kind of can punish him too. Imperious versus Sonya. I do like for Sonya. Sonya can roll in and kind of make it very hard for those spears to hit. I do favor Jade in this, but not by a whole lot. You know what? Let's get into the game and see what happens. Oh dear. This is bad. Guys, my game just locked up. I will try and get back into it as soon as I can. My goodness, this used to happen, and I thought I was positive I'd fix it. I had to have this problem like in a week. This is freaking awful. I'm so sorry, you guys. Here's the storm close. Oh, thank you very much. I will be there as soon as I humanly can. I do not know what is causing this. I think I may have to restart the computer real quick. One second, you guys. I shouldn't say that. It's probably going to be a little bit. Oh my god, I cannot believe this is happening to me. I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna have to like cast. Wait, 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 wait. I bet I can do it this way. Okay, not that. Let me go ahead and launch from here. This will be awkward as anything, but you know what? It's a lot faster than the other way. Should be like 2 seconds. Um, I'm launching this on my streaming PC, which you really shouldn't do, but I don't have another option at the moment. Uh, PC, do you want to launch the game, please? I would like it if you did. What the heck? Oh, okay. It is starting. It is starting. It is starting. I have to wait until it actually goes to the game so I can like get that set up because otherwise it won't log me in. Also, fair warning, I can't actually see chat right now. Rejoin. I can come back out here No? No, just, Daddy, if you don't mind. Oh, wait 1 second. All right, we're coming into the game right now. As you can see, let me know if you can see it. You should be able to. All right, here we are, everyone. Let me go ahead and get to where I can actually read chat and see if things are working well. But I am here. We should be good. Come on, go to my channel, go to my channel, go to my channel. Okay, we are good, we are good, we are good. I can't actually type to you, but I'm in the game. Hopefully they figure that out very, very soon. Hi, Dagny, I can't talk to you. I'm not a ref. But yeah, you guys should be able to see this now, and everything should be maybe not good, but definitely doable. So now we just kind of have to, unfortunately, good. They figured out that I'm here. I am super sorry about that. That was really weird. I don't like came into the game and then everything just stopped. All right. With that being said, wow, this is louder than it needs to be. Hopefully, it's not overpowering. I apologize, but we do go ahead and have zoom out. We go with this. Coming in on the blue side, this is going to be actually for us. We have anyone playing the Anubarak, Ferocity playing the Tychus, W Star on that Li Ming. Diet Lava is on the Imperius, and User Error is on the Brightwing. We do go in and have Lompico playing that Blaze. Bashing is on the Anduin. Dagny is running around on Sylvanas. This Wind-Up Bird is playing the Kael'thas, and on the Sonya. It's a very awkward setup. You know what? I think I can do it. I think we can make it work. So with that being said, we do have anyone already up in the top lane. Anyone is being the offlaner. It does look like there is a rotation up here from a lot of people, actually. Rearbot needs to be careful. And so there's plenty of characters. Someone walked away. Down below, there is a collapse onto... also gets away, no problem. Go ahead and use this mouse for something, you guys. Yeah, that method thing like bouncing around. No one likes that. Use Diet Llama and use Air. But I do like that both these teams understand the importance of these camps. Like, the boss camps don't do very much and they're not high priority, but these guys are very, very, very strong. You want to pick them up every single chance you get. Do a lot of work and can like smash down a building by themselves, so they have to be babysat or anti-babysat. Babysitting if you like kill the baby. All right, with that being done, just go ahead and have security down here. Once again, just being like, I'm Tychus, I'm an offlaner. What? Fight me? You won't? If you start moves around, time to go ahead and get this done. There's a big rotation coming in from the orange team. It's the red team, but you know it's orange on my monitor, and therefore it's orange. Deal with it.
Our scouts report that the Horde are keeping some of our soldiers prisoners. Get ready to free them.
So we do have the upper prison camp being cleaned up first. There's everyone moving in. A lot of damage coming out of that Mr. Blade.
Right, lads and lassies, keep our prison camp from being captured and get our soldiers out of the hole.
Through. A little bit dance coming out of Tychus onto Lompico. But Tychus is can't kind of. There's the thing about Tychus into Blaze, because if he ever stops a minigun, Blaze can just like set the floor under him on fire, and then yeah, Tychus will win the damage race, but then he has to like walk away, and Blaze can just move back, and it's bad for Tychus. Tychus does not enjoy that at all. Alright. Goes ahead and runs down there and does some stabbing. The stabbing is the best. Everyone enjoys stabbing. I enjoy good stabbing. Anyone does a huge amount of damage. Does move back, moves down to like 100 health, but does actually get out. Still only one kill so far, and it is on the side of maximum thrust. Uphill goes in and gets hit with a couple of missiles. Neither side really starting their camp, but it definitely looks like Phoenix Rising Jade is trying to right now. Gleaming is right there for the interrupt though. There's a big fight going on, but it does look like the health bars are lower on the side of Phoenix Rising Jade. Your world is upside down. I agree, Tailtop. This does look like it's going to be a retreat coming out of the Jadesters. To be honest, I actually misread that, and I'm like, wait, you're married and your bashing is playing against your husband? Your husband's on maximum thrust? And then like 2 seconds later, I'm like, oh, wait, no, I'm just dumb. Amount of damage coming into the Titan. There's a big ore coming out of Li Ning, moving into the middle of the map. Anyone that moves around is a little bit kind of up and by themselves. Dangerous place for a move back to Jade. Just Giant Llama going through. Does not have a lot of health, cannot really move in on this. Level 9 for both teams right now, and there's a big push in for Phoenix Rising. There's a double stun coming out of that blade. Giant Llama takes a lot of damage. The teleport in actually saves them. The Li Ning goes down the back, as well as Imperius. That is a 2-for-1 in favor of Phoenix Rising. 2 kills apiece in terms of overall kills, and Bash can go pick this up. Li Ning is dead, so Li Ning cannot interrupt.
We have to keep that cage locked.
Everyone else coming through. Bash is going to take a huge amount of damage. It's going to end up being, well, not okay, but still bad.
We took back our camp. Well done.
So took it back with 2.1 seconds remaining. Maximum Thrust is coming over here to start channeling this one. They just wait for Savas to come back, and Savas will come back in plenty of time in order to try and at least contest this, although they'll have to move in very aggressively. They are going ahead and taking this camp for pressure in the middle lane. 19 seconds remaining. Savannah is back, she is riding in. Funky comes down to Blaze. There goes then the lead down followed by the light well. We do have once the Blitzo really goes down almost immediately. We are down to 5 seconds. We're down to 8 seconds. But the orcs are trailing that. I don't understand why the orcs didn't actually take that back. They were trailing it for it felt like 3 seconds. A lot of damage coming in. Everyone is back. Nugrat and Imperius are moving out of the hull of storms right now. Kind of luckily, the weights were pushing up that they just got delayed, so they weren't able to just easily clear them up, so their opponents really came back. Alright, they go in and weaken that one. They say, okay, this is not going to really do a lot more damage. So they move along. Actually, do go ahead and finish to save all 3 of their forts, it looks like. Right now does come back out. No real ability to follow up. I know Imperius wanted to do something about that, but just couldn't. There's, once again, mind control we kind of talked about. So will they actually try this? And they did indeed. There's a nice double stun. Big movement, but QB is very, very, very low. Is going to get taken out by that, pyro bomb, whatever it's called. The bomb. The full 5, there's 5 fingers to a fist coming in on this top fort. They said, you know what, you may have gotten the objective, but we got the kill. This fort is going down still. Now they can move for a boss. I'm surprised Tygus is down, but he's the only one down. It does actually look like the rest of the team is moving away at the moment. Everyone's moving in, and no real attempt. It does look like there's going to be an advancing boss. So the answering boss will have to go through this fort expansion. This fort is already mostly dead. But this is almost certainly better. Almost certainly better for the side of Phoenix Rising, because their boss is going straight on the peak wall, and their boss is, at least so far, not being defended. It does look like the boss is moving forward and actually fighting without the wave, unfortunately. It did not stop to actually fight the wave, because bosses don't do that. So we do go ahead and have the bottom fort taken out on the side of Phoenix Rising. Even, actually not really even, because this one also went down. So still an advantage for maximum thrust. So I'm a little bit out there in advance. This is shot by 5 times. Back is right there. Not down right now. That's bad. out the cocoon. But there is a lot of damage coming in as it goes down. But so this is we do have a kill onto Imperius. Advantage for Phoenix Rising Jade. They are moving forward. They're going to take another fort off the map. The answer is yes, but there's a very big wave coming behind them. They say objective. What is that? I don't know. I don't care. Go and have the outer wall being taken out, and it does look like this is going to trigger a retreat from Phoenix Rising. Find a bird bouncing up. The Lavaco is standing right there. Be ready. There is a Berlin from a Rock. That's the problem. Might still land a lot of damage going into the Bug, and the Bug is out. Bug is going to join Zagara and not able to play land, at least for a little bit. There's another kill onto Imperius. Lavaco is there is no chill. They're moving in right now. Comes down, a lot of damage onto Lavaco. Lavaco needs to get out. Did you go ahead and pick up the null camp on the side of their opponent?
Such a feeble.
I love and am also terrified by how aggressively they're playing. There's Sylvanas coming in. Sylvanas goes, guess what? This keep might as well not even be here. Alright, we do have Sony taking a lot of damage going back. I mean, go back to the living area. But we do have riders moving across. Keep in mind that top area. Oh, interesting. Now pulled out, got like stuck right there for a second. There's another light bomb, followed up by great layering of CC coming out of Phoenix Rising Jade. Crossbows while also asking for help if the crossbows are killing you. Or did you say, you know what, trying to take on the boss with like 2 of the keys still up is a bad idea. So go ahead and take out the top key before they start moving in. I did see the Odin come up. Stop that troll. Jumping up, so again, there is amazing damage you do have leaving, and Imperius taking out almost immediately. The fort is down to about 50%. Getting very low, down to about 400. You have a lot of damage coming in. Interact jumps in. There is the end of the Ocean. That's off the end of Lavaco as Lavaco goes up. The pick is going to have, but the fort is down to 7. Fort is gone. And game number 3 does go to the side of Phoenix Rising Jade. Super sorry for how that started. I am glad to have it be the game, though, for sure. First of all, let me go ahead and get into a room so I can get an interview. 1 second. Sorry, I've lost that. There it is. Alright, get into a lobby. So we can go ahead and get this up and started. Let's get this party started, if I do say so myself. Coming over to this room. Okay, we don't need to look at Stitch anymore. Thank you, Stitch. I appreciate you.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome. First of all, fantastic and congratulations. I'm so sorry about game number 3. It makes me super
Thank you.
So I'm gonna have to look at my computer and find out what to do about it. But first of all, easy question to start us off. How are you guys feeling right now? That was quite the turnaround, an amazing game.
We're feeling very jittery. Our opponents were a very, very hard team to play into. They played wonderfully, and I felt we were stretched to our limit. So I think we were all a little jittery, and just kind of had some really good team fights there. So really fun NGS game.
Very, very much agree with that. Um, so obviously, for those of you that are watching and are like, "Who the heck are you talking to, Rocco? Why won't you tell us?" This is Lompico.
Hello.
So, first question I have. Obviously, you guys throughout the course of the night, um, did end up managing to pick 2 of the 3 maps. You got Infernal Shrines and Volskaya. Are those just maps that are comfortable for you, or is there some specific reason you wanted to run them into this team?
You don't want to divulge too much early into the season, but I will
No
say
problem.
that our opponents did a great job scouting us, and we're very challenging as a result.
Absolutely fair. Never say more than you're comfortable with. I tend to ask big questions to let people like brag, but that does not mean that it's like, oh, give me all of your secrets right now.
The best kind of questions are open-ended questions because you'll get the most truthful answers.
Well, the most detailed answers I don't know about truthful. But okay, going back to Infernal Shrines. Infernal Shrines, look, you guys had an amazing, amazing start. I think you went up 4 kills to nothing, and then just very slowly, it felt like your opponents took the map back from you. Um, what was the mentality going into the end game where you ended up kind of getting I won't say a lucky win, but you really turned the fight around and just sort of like rode that to opening up the top and getting a win condition back on the board?
Yeah, we're still working on our communication. We're working on talking as much as possible, and it's been great. So that game, we kind of got a little I got a little discombobulated with what our priorities were as a team. So I think through that game we were ebbing and flowing, and then at that point, once we identified a momentum switch, it was our whole team got on the same page, and we're like, okay, this is what we're doing. We're running with this, and so that's kind of how things went that game. It was we were really really flustered that game because the other team played so well.
Well, they definitely did kind of push back against your comfort zone. The other question I have, I don't know if you're looking at the stream, but it kind of shows your stats for last season. And last season, your highest played heroes were Tychus, Maiev, and Cassia. What
Yup.
happened to have you tanking?
So I've played NGS now for 5 years, and tanking is the only role I've never picked up. I originally started this team as a solo, and we just started out trying a few different roles, and so now my team has it's a democratic process. So 4-1, I'm the tank whether I want to be or not. But we're all enjoying it because it's working out, and again it's helped with our communication as well. So yeah, that's what we're trying out. So all the other tank players, I'll be a novice compared to most of the other ones this season. So it'll be challenging.
Well, definitely did a decent job. It's actually interesting because I felt really bad in game number 1. You were on Blaze on game 1 and 3. I don't think you're on Blaze on 2, but I might be misremembering. Um, but I did notice that you had a early game in game number 1. There were a lot of charges that just kind of went nowhere. And
Yes.
then by the end of game 3, it seemed like you were much, much more back in your comfort zone with Blaze. So kind of makes sense if you're like not super used to him in a high competitive arena.
Yes, I was definitely getting a bit warmed up and trying to understand what I could get away with, and of course making a lot of very, very novice mistakes by charging in with my escape. So by around 13, I felt like a level 13, I felt a little bit more warmed up, and I think my play showed there.
It definitely felt. I felt bad because I kept being watching and I'd be like, oh, and the charges missed. I'm like, I'm saying that way too much. I hope no one thinks I'm like trolling.
Oh, oh! I always find it very helpful when a caster says, "Hey, they could change their play there a little bit." I think it's always constructive.
So moving on to game number 2, that was obviously the Volskaya game. That is the only map that you ended up losing, and I'll say that that was a map that it definitely felt like your opponents had a very, very definite plan going into. So looking back on it, and this may be an unfair question, but what happened there, and what would you change going forward to make sure it didn't happen again?
I think our team I was pushing the Uther pick. Our team unanimously decided that we didn't like Uther. So I think there's that, and then I think a lot of that game probably falls on me with not being in the right position, and I think maybe not able to not zoning for my team well. So I think that's a big reason why that one fell apart. And then also again because our opponent scouted us really well, so we had to change our plans up.
All right. Well, Maximum Thrust, well done.
Yeah, kudos to them. Looking forward to playing them again sometime.
Well, the way both of you are playing, I don't have much doubt that you'll both make playoffs. Whether or not you'll meet in playoffs, I can't say, obviously, but definitely will be a possibility. And of course, there's always scrims.
Definitely.
But moving on to this last map, onto the Alterac. Alterac, it definitely felt like, to a certain degree, it just sort of felt like you guys were, I won't say fed up, but you're like, okay, no, we've kind of danced back and forth with these guys for a while. It was not fun. Let's just go and kill them. And it went back and forth even then. Both teams seemed very, very aggressive, but it kind of felt like once it started rolling, you guys just kind of kept ahead of things. That's not really a question, more of a, hey, yay?
Yay, I agree. I too share that sentiment with you. Yay.
I would say it was very, very, very interesting to me. Let me actually go back to my notes real quick. So, in the third game, I guess actually my big thing is that every single game, it seemed like Sylvanas was either first pick or very, very highly prioritized. And every game, Sylvanas ended up being on the winning team. So, is that just because both of you have such a push in and destroy their building's playstyle? Or just luck of the draw?
I think Sylvanas is just a very, very, very strong hero right now, and especially in organized play. And then at our level, we're Div D, so we're not pro. She's a really good hero to leverage for when you get momentum or for when you get an advantage. You can take down buildings fast and make the most of your power play after you get a kill. So naturally, I think she's just a strong hero, and I'm not sure if our opponents were drafting her to deny her from us or what, but I think that she was the deciding factor for both teams because our opponents got really good value out of her as well.
It definitely did seem like she was. It kind of felt to me like both teams were very, very, very even. But what would happen is that the team that could turn off the structure just like neutralized the playing field completely. So if you were having the momentum and moving in, and the structure wasn't helping, then you just end up winning that engagement. So basically, I agree.
I think the other thing too, I don't know if when you play the game, it's kind of a blur, but I think every Sylv picked mind control too, which think about that, a few years ago, we would have been flaming each other if you saw mind control in a game, and now that's the way to go.
I mean, yes, although I'll tell you, when you watch the replay, several people in chat were not super thrilled with the mind control pick, so maybe we're still doing that.
I'm not always very happy with the mind control pick either, but I'm a supportive teammate, so work with what I got.
But that said, that's all the questions I had prepared for you. Let me go ahead and turn it over to you for the shoutouts you very much deserve to give.
Oh, well, shout out to our opponent for the time that they took to research us and to give us such a challenging game. Really fun. That's why I play NGS, is for these kind of close, especially 3-round matches. And thanks to you and all of the other casters to the time that you all take again to watch all of us nerds play video games and online adult bowling league. And thanks to my teammates, because they've all been super fun to play with this season. And also thanks to our sub. That was also super cool, dude. And thanks to NGS, and yeah, looking forward to a good rest of the season.
So what you didn't say, but what I heard is basically thanks to everyone that isn't bashing.
Yeah, well, Bastion's kind of a jerk sometimes, but he's alright by me too. You gotta have a jerk in the group, right?
Yeah, congratulations. Enjoy the after party. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Oh, appreciate that. I'll make sure to be very, very safe on my crazy Monday night.
But yeah,
Well, appreciate you.
oh, absolutely my pleasure. It's been a blast, and I'll try and catch you again. But I don't know. I've actually already cast Jade twice this season, so I'm pretty sure people will get jealous if I do it much more.
Well, you'll get to know all those different green mineral names, like, so well. You'll have them all. You'll basically be a geologist by the end of the season.
That's fair. I do actually. Well, last thing I'll say, and then I'll let you go. I do regularly kind of tease Phoenix Rising Esports, and I refuse. I could call them Phoenix Rising Arkenstone because that's a way better name given your organizational structure.
Yeah,
But they won't
that's fair.
change it.
Hey,
Regardless-
big organizations, they're recalcitrant to change. That's the way they all are.
Fair enough. But alright, that said, enjoy yourself, congratulations, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Thanks for casting. Enjoy your evening. Bye.
You too. And with that, I will go ahead and end the stream, everyone. I am very sure I'm the last one up, and even if I'm not, I've got to do some surgery and figure stuff out. Yeah. But thank you very much for being here. I super appreciate you.